touches you. It makes you seem like you're somewhere in another country. That's what this spot makes me feel like. It kind of reminds me like when I was in the Bahamas on this damn cruise ship. You look out between the grill, see Maria, balcony. When the ship would dock, and you look out the window and you look off into the mainland, and you see all these trees and tropics. That's what the lot just reminds me of. It reminds me of being on vacation somewhere. So, where are you from? Little Rock. Little Rock. Born and raised in Little Rock. Came here when I was in the 10th grade. 16 years old. Came to San Diego. We had to get out of Little Rock. My mom said there was no future there for us.
Why did she believe there was no future there for you?
There really wasn't, you know. My mom, she worked as a cook at a junior high school. She was one of the cafeteria cooks, and then after she finished that job, she go work for the good white folks. You know, she get $1 a day. I can remember that she ironed and washed all day for me to get $1. She was happy. And I remember her start saving money. She said, "We got to get out of here." And I never did understand because I guess I was just too young. But then all of a sudden one day, see my sister, we used to come here every summer, come to San Diego every summer because my sister, her husband was in the Navy. And my mom would come and babysit the kids during the summer so my sister could work. She was going to school to be an RN, and which she did accomplish her her goal to be an RN. She was a qualified bona fide RN. But with us coming to California every summer to help her with the kids, my mom kept saying, "We getting tired. I'm getting tired of going back to this same old stuff." And next thing I know, I she started selling candy apples, man. I never will forget that. It was kind of embarrassing, selling candy apples, and I didn't understand that was all to get the money to come to here. She was saving every penny she could, man. I never will forget. She had a little shop and all kinds of change stashed up everywhere. And then finally one day we came. One summer we came. I never will forget that. She called back to my dad and said, "I ain't coming back. You put every damn thing on the truck and come out of here." Of course, my dad. My dad, he typical dad back then. Man, I guess we must have stayed out here almost 2 years before he came. But sure enough, he came on that old Raggedy International. Stuff was stacked up 20 feet tall. And we lived with my sister in a two-bedroom house apartment for a while, and then my sister, she ended up buying her a house, and from her house she bought like a 4 bedroom. She already had 4 kids, so you know, me and my mom and dad, we kind of split out of there and stuff. And then finally, my dad, after he finally after he finally saw the light, and he saw we wasn't going back, he just gave in. And next thing I know, we was buying a house. We was moving out of my sister's house. We moved. We moved to my mom's and dad's house. I was in the 10th grade then. And then, of course, I had it made then, man. I had my own room off of the garage, so didn't even have to go in the house. Of course, I had a job. I've always worked, so working ain't never been no stranger to me. I was the only sophomore that had a job in high school. I was working from 10 at night to 5 in the morning.
10 at night to 5 in the morning?
To 5 in the morning, man. Go to school at 7. My dad used to have to wake me up.
So, what what kind of jobs did you have in Little Rock? What kind of things did you do there? Did you ever work in Little Rock?
I worked in Little Rock. It was like a short order cook. I was really too young because like I left there like I just turned 16. So like, mediocre jobs.
You never picked cotton or anything like that?
No, no. We was from the city. My mom and stuff in them. They said they did it, but we had moved up to the city. Little Rock was considered the city.
So were you around Little Rock when the Little Rock Nine went to?
Yeah, my brother was in that. Matter of fact, that year that happened, my brother he was supposed to have been going to Central High, but he didn't want to. But our neighbor's kid went to Central High, but they shut down all of the schools for all of the kids. Okay, high school kids they missed a whole year of school. Everybody,
Why?
because they didn't want none of us in
So they shut down all the
they
schools.
shut down all of the school, the high schools. Where no high schools working. Okay, they shut them all down.
Except for Central High.
No, they shut it down too.
Oh, so for 1 year they just
Shut down all the high schools.
so that no black kids could go to the school.
No, you wasn't graduating. Okay, they all was a year behind. Everybody. Okay.
White and black.
White and black. Okay.
Wow.
That's just how evil it was. Okay.
So you moved to San Diego. Was the hatred the same?
Not as blatant. Not as blatant. Of course, like when I came, there was only 2 letters on the licenses. It was a B or a W. Okay. You was either black or white. There wasn't no Mexicans. There wasn't no Puerto Ricans. There wasn't no Asians. You was either B or W. Okay. And I wished I'd have kept my license to show people, you know. But and then if you was light skinned, you get to claim the W. Okay. Nobody wanted the B word. Okay. That's how it was for y'all that didn't know. Okay.
So when you so how did you get involved in motorcycles?
Well, I always had that enthusiasm about a motorcycle, but my mom said I could never have one. Of course, I always had cars, and it happened that one year, a friend gave me a motorcycle. He made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and it was simply because he was leaving town or he wanted to do something. So I said, well, okay, and I bought the motorcycle, man, and I ain't been the same ever since.
You remember what you gave for it?
Maybe $70.
Okay.
Maybe $70.
And that was a Honda 305
That
Scrambler.
was a 305 Scrambler, perfectly running bike and everything. He was a friend of mine. Very good friend.
So how old were you when you bought that bike?
Oh, let's see. How old was I? Shit. You got to do the math for me there, son. That was about 72.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm 69 now. How old was I, man? Don't make me do the math.
No, we figure the math out later. So so that was about 1972.
Yeah, I probably about 25, maybe.
And you bought the Honda 305 Scrambler.
Yeah, and then the fellas, of course, most of us worked at the gas and the light, and they found out that I had a bike, and I was over there practicing.
Where were you practicing?
In my backyard. Because what had happened was they had tore off all of the houses where 805 is right now, and it was just vacant lots and streets. So the backside of my street was just a whole big old street with no houses on it. So I could just ride back and forth around my block and the block behind me, or go over to one block and there's no cars on it because it's just just empty streets, with sidewalks because they had moved out all the houses. They hadn't started digging for the freeway yet.
So you just got a blank neighborhood with all the houses torn down, and it just had streets and sidewalks left.
Just streets and sidewalks.
And
left.
that's how you learn how to ride.
That's how I learned how to ride.
So your buddies that worked at San Diego Gas and Electric with you,
Yeah.
they found out you had a bike, so about 1972 they started hanging out with you.
Yeah. They started. What we was all gas and electric, and we would all pretty much had fast cars and stuff, but we was all looking for something different, and then it just so happened that I got the bike first, and next thing I know, they started a trend.
So they started practicing and learning on your bike.
Yeah, everybody pretty much learned how to ride on my bike.
So next, someone else would get a bike.
Yeah, next somebody else would get a bike.
So by 1974, everybody had bikes.
By 74, everybody had bikes.
So now the people who were going to form the Black Sabbath Nation
Hmm.
started hanging around in about 1972.
They didn't really start coming around to like 70. No, we started hanging around in about 72. We didn't get recognized until 74. We were just a club without any recognition from 72 to 74.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't get any recognition because nobody would recognize us until we made the plight to go to LA and to get recognized.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we start making the plight to LA back and forth to annuals and people seeing us, then then that's when you get recognition. You know, you have to get out there and participate with them at their dances and stuff. And that was a time we were never at home. We stayed in LA because we wanted to get that recognition. From 72 to 74, it took us that long to get recognition. You see what I'm saying? From the council and and just the people that was containing the bike set then. Okay.
So the bike council and those people, and it was mostly in L.A.
Yeah, the
Were,
council.
were, were there any bike clubs in San Diego at that time?
There was the Cobras and maybe no, it was just the Cobras and us. There might have been another branch off club or something, but no. Not that I could put my hand on it. It was just us and the Cobras for the long time.
So you guys were the new kids on the block.
We were the new kids, the most hated.
The,
Okay.
the most
The
hated.
most hated, the new kids and most hated. Okay.
So what uh, so about how many were you?
Oh, we probably was about 10 then, because we had started growing around, because people had started recognizing, and then they saw where, by 74, we had got members then, because we had made a Salton Sea run, and
Right.
once you make a Salton Sea run, that's kind of like the omni domdy of everything thing, and you camp out with everybody all weekend and participate with everybody. That's when you get to really break bread with everybody and everybody get to know everybody.
So how did you decide upon the name Black Sabbath?
Well, we had a hard time coming up with a name that didn't have nothing to do with nothing, had nothing to do with nobody. So we was all black, and we rode on Sunday, and we said we should call ourselves Black Sabbath.
Why did you ride on Sunday?
Sunday was our most peaceful day because more than likely everybody had some other stuff to do during Saturday, you know, making sure the old lady in the house and all of that was all right before we got the clubhouse. But then after we got the clubhouse, it's a whole different it's a whole different shindig then.
So
And the reason why we got the clubhouse
right.
was we was meeting at each other's house, and the wife said, "Y'all got to get that shit up out of here." And we all looking at each other with the long face, everybody's wife got their hand on their hip. Y'all can't have that shit over here this week. I'm having company. So we decided we needed our own place. And we started looking. And lo and behold, we found 4280 Market.
How'd you find that place?
Well, one of the members knew the guy that ran it was the Villa Inn then. This was also a friend of mine that I had knew through high school, but I didn't know he was running the Villa Inn. But then we got to talk to the landlord, you know, and the landlord was fed up with them, and she wanted new tenants, and we fit the criteria. Moved in there for like I think it might have been $100 a month, man.
Wow.
It was like $100 a month. Okay.
4280 Market Street. When you first moved in there, it was $100 a
It was
month.
$100, man. It was $100, man.
So you had your name,
We
you
had
had
our
your
name,
club, you had
had a
your
club,
recognition.
and hey, the reputation really jumped off after we got our own place. Okay.
Right.
Before we was just a bunch of riders, and nowhere. We were homeless, and which it's nothing wrong with being homeless, you know. Uh, now that I've seen the side of where we wasn't homeless, and we never got the chance to be homeless, so we didn't really get a chance to do a whole bunch of venturing because there's always the building, the gas and light, the utilities. See, that's what happens when you get a house. It's got to stay open. It's got to make money. Okay, it ain't the gas and light ain't gonna get paid, or the water, or the toilets ain't gonna flush. All of this stuff need to work for you to have a house. Uh, we were fine when we were large. We had plenty of members to take care of everything, and one while we had a nightclub pretty much. We didn't Members didn't even have to pay money. Okay, I mean we just and that's what happened. We just got too big headed because we thought we were all that. Okay.
So, um, some of the rides you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
What was the camaraderie like and the brotherhood like in the beginning days?
Oh man. Oh man. It was so everything was, you had to stop every half an hour or so, and then everybody got to tell a joke about the rabbit that ran across through the pack, or the bird that hit somebody on the helmet, or something. It was just a lot of camaraderie. You couldn't hardly wait to get to the rest area so you could talk about what just transpired. You know what I'm saying? It was all like it just was so hypey. You know what I'm saying? You just sitting here talking about it. I just get all excited and just remembering how good it was and how good it still is. You know what I'm saying?
So, what were the girls like back then?
Wow, they were bad, man. I'm bad, bad, good. Okay. Yeah, no,
Bad meaning
I
good.
better leave this alone, man. Now, you ain't gonna get me jammed up in this. Have me on divorce court, okay? No, no, you
Okay, so
ain't.
needless to
Shit.
say, it was a lot of fun.
Oh my goodness, fun was not the word for it. Okay, and then that was free everything. Then
Yeah, it was the
no
'70s, free love.
free love, free every damn thing. Man, it wasn't all this. Then all of that AIDS and shit
Oh,
wasn't
no
around.
AIDS and
Oh,
HIV and
yeah.
stuff.
No, man, you might get a crab or two.
A crab or two, and no, nothing much more than. So, what was the the
Oh,
militancy of the war, the Vietnam War? You had a lot of military brothers coming in.
oh yeah, we were full of guys in the military, man, and I used to love when they be around, but when they ain't gonna be there no more than about 2 years, and then they get their papers, they gone, man. I used to hate that too. And just as soon as you get attached to somebody, they finally get their orders. And then when they do finally come back, they wonder what happened. Well, you didn't send no money. Been different if you'd have paid some dues. If you was that concerned, send some money. All you people that don't think you need to pay dues, you are wrong. You need to pay dues, okay? In order to have fun. That's what makes it all happens, you know.
So, um, what, when did we integrate and move from an all black club?
It was almost immediate. Believe it or not, soon as we got into the clubhouse, yeah, we had a white boy and an Indian, running wolf and staff acre.
Running Wolf
Mm-hmm.
and Staff Acre.
Right.
So, what? How did they get in the club, and why did you guys let white people in the club?
He was just cool. You know what I'm saying? He didn't see color. You know what I'm saying? Cause he came from the Marines with Hank. He was one of Hank's friends. Okay. And at that particular time, Hank was the president. So you know, I couldn't see
Okay.
nothing wrong with the guy. You know, he was down for whatever we did. You know what I'm saying? He didn't discriminate, even though Running Wolf discriminated against him. And I have many a times I had to keep Running Wolf from trying to jump on him, y'all, because he was white. I told him that ain't the reason why we do this. Okay, you know, he's a biker.
So Running Wolf would do things to him. They were always fighting.
Well, Running Wolf, once he started drinking, Indians and drinking. I hate to say it like that, but but for some reason, and I think we was drinking that real fire water then, IW Hop or either Old Crow or something back then. It was real fire water. Okay.
So Running Wolf was always picking at Staff Acres.
Whenever he got drunk. Okay, it only happens when he gets drunk.
So where are those guys now?
I don't really know. I heard that Running Wolf went back to the reservation. I don't really know. We just lost contact. And Staffacre, I think he was from the East Coast. I don't know whatever happened to him.
So who was the first Black Sabbath to die, and how did he die?
Oh, Wally Ferguson. Oh my goodness. Never will forget this, man. For all of you brothers that don't let anybody take your keys, we had a policy. If you're gonna get towed up in the clubs, your keys go behind the bar. Well, we had Wally's keys behind the bar. Well, lo and behold, he snuck back there and got the key, and from somehow or other finagled his way back there and got the key. And next thing we know, we heard his bike. He called his bike Popsicle, 750 Honda. We heard it fire up, and everybody looked at each other and said, "That sounds like Furry Bike." And everybody ran to the door. He dropped it in first and burnt out. Ran down the street, probably doing about 100. And then he turned around and he came back, doing about 125. And he hit a parked car, a Cadillac, okay? Embedded itself into the back end of this goddamn Cadillac, okay? The tank just blew just blew him up. The impact killed him. But he died on impact, okay?
So what was that like when you saw him?
Man, look, there ain't nothing nice about that, okay? Ain't nothing. I didn't actually physically see it. You know what I'm saying? I just so happened I had left and was going home. By the time I get home, I get the call. I turn around and go back. By then, they had scooped him up and, everybody crying and hollering and wondering what could we have done to made it different. But, like the guys that, you know, if you leave your key down you should leave it for a
So
reason.
he's not the only Black Sabbath that
No,
went and
no.
got the key after it was taken. What about Blue Knight?
Blue Knight, same thing. Bought a brand new bike. I had let him ride my ZX11 for the first time, okay? And he rode this bike, boy, and he just fell in love with this damn thing. So he went and got one the next day, and I was telling him that the bike is really unpredictable. You got to be careful because it'll give you more than what you really asked for. And if you don't know how to comprehend, then you'll overdo it. And him and somebody, I never will forget this. We was all at the club. It was a raining day. It's kind of raining. He had just got his bike. He had took it home. Because everybody agreed to take their bike home. I took mine home, and we came back to the club. And then we was gonna go down to the Brothers of the Suns.
Weren't they the Highway Kings then?
Uh, yeah, they might have been the Highway
They were the
Kings.
Highway Kings then.
Okay, all right. Yeah, they are Highway Kings. They was having their grand opening,
Mm-hmm.
and we was gonna go down there and meet down there, and buy up some liquor and.
Oh no, if they were having their grand opening, then they were the Brothers of the Sun by then.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
because it was Highway Kings first,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
okay.
So, we all went down there, and next thing we know, here come EL on his bike. I said, man, what the hell you go get that damn bike for, man? Oh, Pip. Oh, Pip. Oh man, I just couldn't resist it, man. And now we all drinking, and sure enough, he started drinking. I never will forget. We drank that Hennessy then, and hen dog would creep on you. Okay, so I got really toasted, and he said, "I'm gonna walk you down to your car, Pep, cause you kind of messed up, man." And I had to drive the Escondido in that little bitty car that he was gonna give his little daughter. We was fixing it up. You remember that little car?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Okay." So he walked me to the car. Pep, you all right, Pep? I said, "Yeah, man, I'm all right." I said, "I'm worried about you. You shouldn't have went and got that damn bike, man." Ah, Pep, I got this. Man, before I could even get home, I get the phone call. He done ran into a damn transformer, busted his head wide open. Okay.
He had one of those half helmets,
Yep.
and he hit that at how fast?
Well, it's hard to say, but I got it figured. As you come down Market, right there by the graveyard, there's a dip. If you're in that far right lane,
Mm-hmm.
and if you clocking, you're gonna go airborne. And from what happened was he was racing somebody. I ain't dropping no name, but him was racing. He had the inside lane, and I know what happened. It dropped and it lifted. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
now he too close to the curb. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Now
Mm-hmm.
he just half of the bike is on the curb on the sidewalk and half of it's on the street, sliding down the curb. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's trapped,
Mm-hmm.
and he on top of it, and it threw him off, and he ran into a transformer, an electrical transformer. Okay, and they ain't designed to move head first, but
Mm-hmm.
but he moved it with his head.
Yes, he did. So that was two.
Okay, now and then it was his brother. He brother. We lost one of his brothers right there, right up the street from the club. Goddamn, somebody did a U-turn in front of him, right there in front of the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Killed him, and he had just got to the clubhouse, took his good helmet off, and was gonna go up to the store to get something and come back. Okay. Yeah.
So we just started losing them.
Yeah. You know, ain't nothing nice about it. Okay.
So how many brothers have we lost in
I
front of the
don't. I don't.
clubhouse?
I quit counting, man. In front of the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
In front of the clubhouse.
Yeah, that's we lost EL down the street from the clubhouse.
Yeah. On Market Street.
Blue Knight.
Okay.
We lost
Wow.
Ferguson
Ferguson.
in front of the clubhouse.
And we lost the brother right there.
Right down the street from the clubhouse.
Uh-huh. A whole bunch of them, really.
So we lost Big Dog in front of the clubhouse.
Big dog.
Got shot in front of the clubhouse.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wow, there's quite a few.
Um,
I quit counting.
we lost Bull inside the clubhouse.
Hmm.
So, as a president, how did you bring the Black Sabbath through a lot of those kinds of, uh,
Turmoil.
yeah.
And believe me, it was turmoil too. It was turmoil. You just have to stay strong, man. Everybody was picking on us. It was all our fault. We didn't have nothing to do with it, okay? It was way beyond our control. But yet, because we was on Market Street, we was responsible for everything. Either way it go. If it happened on Market Street, it had to be in the Black Sabbath, okay? Or at the Black Sabbath or in the Black Sabbath, okay?
So, we have survived the police trying to shut the clubhouse down, firebombing of the clubhouse,
Two firebombs.
um, people attacking the members.
Yeah. People shooting through the club.
How do we get through all that? How are the men led through adversity like that?
Well, those that stayed just stayed, man. And it wasn't too many that stayed. Well, okay, it had to be. It had to be true. Okay, you just have to be strong. I'm not going to give up like that. Okay, it just don't happen like that. I'm down. Okay, if I put myself into it, I'm into it. Ain't no takebacks. I'm into it.
How did we become friends with and familiar with the chosen few? How did that happen? I've heard it said the chosen few gave us our cross.
Not true. What had happened was during between the 72 to 74, I think they had got a rumor that there was a club down in San Diego that was supposed to have been misrepresenting them. Somebody put the word bad mouth on us that we was impersonating them. So the chosen few rode down. I would imagine that was like 74, 75 when they came. They came to get us. They sent the lynch mob to get us. And I never forget it because it was caught us off guard. We wasn't expecting nothing. We thought they were just coming to party. But, you know, me and Dangerous John, we talked. And he said, Pepper, we had heard a rumor that you guys was down there misrepresenting us. It was a club down in San Diego that had their colors. And he said, man, y'all colors ain't nothing like ours. Y'all's black and ours white. And I said, yeah. If anything, we ought to be brothers of the cross. And he agreed. And from that point on, we was brothers of the cross. We had keys to each other's clubhouse. They could come down to our clubhouse and open the door and go in there and do whatever the hell. And we had a key to Dodge City. Now that was back in the day. For you folks that don't know, we shared clubhouse. We was welcome anytime. We showed up. They was welcome anytime. They didn't have any need no note. Somebody would come and open the door for them. Okay, stay as long as you want. We used to spend weeks in each other's clubhouses.
So, how does the Black Sabbath feel about other races and other colors being involved in the clubhouse, in the motorcycle club?
You know, we don't have any prejudicial hangups. If you come with the right intent to help us grow and know, you're on the right you're on the right avenue. Okay, the whole thing is to learn. Okay, teach and learn. Don't keep it to yourself. Teach it. Pass it on. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pass on everything I learned through the 40 something years that I've been doing this. I would not want to tell, I would want everybody to know what I've experienced. If you don't know, if I could tell you, pretty much, we pretty much did everything. And, and I just would like to tell people, you know, so you won't make the same mistakes that we made. There's no sense for you to try to reinvent the wheel. Okay, we did. We know all of the do's and don'ts.
So,
Not all of them, but pretty much.
so the Black Sabbath has had two major splits.
Yes.
How did how did we survive the splits, and what do you think caused them?
Well, all of a sudden one day a young buck said, "I'm Pep. I'm going to take this from you. I'm going to take your club." Hello. Okay. We're still coming, son. Okay. Good. Okay. I'll see you in a bit. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Son-in-law.
Okay.
Okay. So I forgot where we were at, son.
You said a young Beck said he was going to take your stuff.
Gonna take the club from me. And I told him, well, good luck. Take it. And he so called took the club. The members that followed him, and which was nobody. We had the clubhouse. They tried to put me out the clubhouse, and I had told them from the beginning to change the name. You can't put somebody's out the place that they got their name on it. I mean, it don't work like that. And I tried to teach them young boys a lesson, but they didn't listen. So they had to They had to let the Mr. Police show them and tell them that they got 5 minutes to get their stuff and get their asses up out of there. And from that point on, uh, it's just been purity hatred because I tried to tell them. I told them, thank you for calling the police because I thought maybe we was going to have to beat y'all up or something. And that would have been really ridiculous. Even the police said, we expected a fight. I said, no, we're more civilized than that. You know, here's the lease. I'm the leaseholder. He
So
turned around and looked at,
they called the
they called the police on us. Now, that's just how smart they were, okay? They called the police on us, okay? And the police told him he got 5 minutes to get this shit up out of here.
so we've had hell with that group. The first group started their own club.
What group? They ain't starting no.
Yeah, we yeah, you had
Who?
the brothers that left in '75.
Oh, the Voodoo Kings.
Right.
The Voodoo Kings, yeah. They broke off and became the Voodoo Kings because they wanted to be outlaws. The Black Sabbath wasn't into outlaws. We were into family things back then, but they wanted to do the hookers and the whatever else whatever else goes along with that turf. You know what I'm saying? The outlaw thing. So it wasn't in our forte. You know, we I treasured my wife, and thank goodness I'm
Right.
still with her. Okay, I love her very dearly. She stuck it out with me.
So you've always
Uh,
talked about the we. Um,
Very critical. Because when you keep saying I, that's wrong when you're dealing with an organization. We involves everybody. It's not just I paid the most money because that's such like a king or something like that. You make everybody feel involved. Okay, I'm even when I was in national, I didn't feel no more than a prospect. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still prospecting. I'm still doing shit. It ain't like you get not to have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You have to do more now. with that big title, you got more responsibility, more than you ever thought. Okay. See, that's what a lot of people don't realize with the responsibility. Well, I didn't, I'm sure you didn't hear that. I didn't think you're gonna be like. Well, what do you think you were gonna be like? You gonna just tell people what to do all the time?
that would be nice,
That would be nice, okay? And they listened,
and they
and they
listened,
and they obeyed,
and they obeyed.
and they obeyed. Oh man, that would be on here,
That
okay?
that hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened, okay? It's gonna always be somebody fighting and screaming against whatever progress you're gonna make, okay? I don't know why, whether they just hate to see progress or they just hate to see you right or they just hate you just for being yourself, because I went through that. I found people that just didn't like me because I'm me, but who else can I be? I don't think I'm all that or nothing. I'm just a human being, okay?
So as you sit now, having seen it from the days when there was no 805 freeway and
Mm-hmm.
one motorcycle that everybody learned on, and
Mm-hmm. Seven
all
guys.
all the brothers that you lost, and
Yes.
the club splits and
Club splits, turmoil.
wars and shootouts, and
Well, ain't no wars. We never had a war with anybody because we was always friendly shit. We wouldn't never be trying to start no war.
how do you see the Black Sabbath now?
I see the Black Sabbath as like, uh,
I mean, it's broken your heart.
well, no, it hasn't. I'm so proud of you right now. Look, my heart is mended. Okay, my heart is well. Even though San Diego's not doing well, I told you long time ago, don't focus on that. Let me handle this. Okay, I'm here with this. Okay, you keep doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so proud and so happy, man. They make me feel like I got grandkids everywhere, and I'm not trying to make anybody feel offended by me. I just feel like you guys are like my grandkids, okay? And I love the hell out of them, okay? I really love them. Better not love my own kids, okay? And that's real.
So what do you see as? Do you feel like your legacy has been carried on the way you would have wanted?
Oh man, it's gone beyond my expectation. Okay, even like when we did the movie, it had went beyond my expectations. Who'd have ever thought we'd get to hang out in Hollywood? Okay, on the payroll, eating in the same camp, eating in the same trailers with the stars. Didn't we get to do that?
We did.
Bump elbows, eating crackers and apples and cracking jokes. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. And then for it to still be going, okay, oh, I can't wait till we get to go back.
Did you have any idea that the Black Sabbath would still be around 44 years later?
I hadn't even never even thought about it, man. It was just something I just never I wasn't gonna never quit. So okay. I could tell you that I'd have been the only one around there with a patch on my back, okay? I wasn't gonna quit.
So, did you ever have any idea that we'd be in all these states? What happens when you see a Black Sabbath Colorado? What are you thinking?
Man, I'm bubbling, okay? It's like, damn. I hadn't to be truthful, I hadn't fantasized leaving the state. I had no inkling we'd be nationwide and talking about being international and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, I had no kind of inkling. I was just happy with what we had. Of course, I would have loved to have more, but it took so much to keep what we had because it was always a battle. You know what I'm saying? I always had to fight with somebody that never saw the light and they never wanted to pay no dues and you know, and then when we never had enough money to take care of everything, so it was always it had just got to the house only. You know what I'm saying? And I can remember times where the hell I sacrificed all of my money. Okay, I do that. I did that. Okay, wouldn't have a dime in my pocket. Pay that damn $500 gas and light bill.
So, what is your advice to young presidents as you were a young guy who started a motorcycle club with 6 other brothers that are all gone now,
Yeah.
and now you've seen it grow beyond your wildest imagination.
Mhm.
So these guys that are popping up now,
Mhm.
starting their clubs, what can give them the success your club has seen?
Hey, you gotta stick in there, home. Ain't nothing else to do. If you fire it up, smoke it. Just like that. Don't start nothing and talking about I need to change lanes. I ain't never been that kind of person. If I started something, I'm gonna finish it. That's the way I've always been. I've never even thought about ever belonging to another damn club in my life, okay? Ever. Ever never. Even when we got down to 3 members and a few offered to take us over. I said, nah, man. No, we'll survive. And we survived, okay? Took some hard times and a lot of damn sacrifice. And needless to say, 3 members in the house note was like 1,500 then, okay? So, you know, all I can say is, hey, I just refuse to let it die. I'm not going out like that, okay? No, I'm kicking to my last breath, okay?
Well, we've had a few minutes with the father of the Black Sabbath Nation. We're gonna interview him a little bit more about some other things, but I think it's important while you are still with us, 69 years old,
69, 6 and 9, okay?
and you climbed up this mountainside like it wasn't nothing.
Man, I live here. I
I
live
was
here.
huffing. puffing up this damn thing, and I'm walking every day. And you riding on that four-wheeler like a young man, jumping over stuff and carrying on.
Man, that's more fun than a barrel of monkeys. See, even you was grinning.
I was grinning.
Is that shit fun or
Oh
what?
my gosh,
Could you have some fun?
man.
Oh.
So we on the national on the father's property, just rolling up and down through the we had the jackets on to keep from getting cut up by the bush, and we're just gone on them four-wheelers. You know, anything that says motorcycle on it, I want to be part of it.
I want to be part of. See, when you get your spread, you're going to have a couple of them. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
want to spread just like this in the mountains, doing this thing here.
Yes.
So anyway, we appreciate everybody coming out and hanging
Thank you,
out with
thank
us.
you, thank you.
And you guys take care.
I love y'all.
And let's see.
Peace out.
No questions. So that's good. All right. So you guys take care. Listen, like this video. Press the like button. Share this video. If you like the video, press the like button. If you don't like the video, press the like button. And you can find my books and links to that sort of thing down below. And press the subscribe button, which is over my right shoulder. Press the subscribe button and hang out with us and check us out. We're going to be doing some more of this, but being able to speak with the founder of this 44-year-old organization who still rides, still hangs out in the pack, still calls and gives his 2 cents and makes sure that his word is heard and that his legacy continues to move forward. We are absolutely blessed.
Yes, we are. You hear that? We. Okay?
We. So take care and get skinny.